Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'll be showing you some of the updates that I've done to this '88 Pontiac Trans Am. And I'll be installing this brand new carpet that I picked up for it as well. But first I want to show you some of the updates that I've done to this rear cargo area here. As you can tell, I've already replaced the rear carpet in this area, and I actually picked up the sunshade that belongs to this car. Now these sunshades are getting pretty hard to find and they can be quite pricey, but I was able to find that one at a pretty good price. Now I did find the original spare tire that belongs to this car. It had a spare tire when I picked it up, but it wasn't the correct spare tire for this model, as this car has the spare tire that comes with that inflatable tube so you can air up your tire with it. And I had to replace these rear shocks for the hatch as well, as the original ones were pretty spent and weren't doing anything at all. Now these rear shocks are specific to this vehicle. As you can see, the rear defroster wire routes right through them. So if you don't get a good quality one, the rear defroster will not work. I picked these up from AC Delco and that defroster works perfectly. And I also removed the rear tint that was on this car as it was faded and bubbling out. So I was able to carefully scrape it off and keep my rear defroster working in tip-top shape. Now as you can tell, the original carpet in this car is in really bad shape. All of the wear marks are pretty deep and the actual color itself is really faded. So I just opted out to replace it as a whole instead of just cleaning it. Now I will be showing you how to repair the center console as well, as it's very common for these cars for the center console to warp like that in the middle. Now these seats do need some attention, but that'll be a separate project for a different video. So let's get started on that carpet. So first things first, let's remove the seat belt anchor points and set them off to the side. Remove the 4 bolts holding down the seat. And now remove the front seats. What the?
Can I help you?
What are you doing in here?
This is my car. Where else would I be?
Well, I'm about to replace the carpet.
Well, I personally like it funky, but I guess it could use a little freshening up. Let's go.
After you have removed your front seats, you can remove these bottom buckets by removing this bolt down here. Remove the remaining seatbelt receivers. And you will have to remove a few side trim pieces as well. And now unbolt and remove your center console. Now it's a great idea to vacuum the old carpet first before you remove it, so you don't throw this debris all over the place. Now once you have it all cleaned up, we can remove this carpet. Well, there you have it, guys. We have the old carpet out. And I put it side-by-side comparison next to the brand new carpet, and you can really tell the difference. Now the new carpet will need to be cut to fit, and the best way to do that is to set the old carpet on top of the new carpet and use it as a template and cut all the way around the edges and the holes that you need in the middle. But before we do that, let's go clean the chassis. Okay guys, the chassis is nice and clean. Now let's go prep the carpet. Now again, I'm using the old carpet on top of the new carpet to create a template and cut the holes where I need them. As you can see, this is the area here I need to cut out. Now I definitely had to finagle that carpet into place, but once I got it inside the car, I was able to trim it up a little bit more, and I got it to fit in there pretty nice. So now we can go and repair that center console. Now as you can see, I have my Edward scissor hand set up here. I'm using clamps with wood to clamp the material back onto the plastic of the center console. And for adhesive, I'm using construction adhesive from Gorilla Glue, but a liquid nails construction adhesive will work just fine. So the first step you'll want to do is clean in between the two materials very well and use a rubbing alcohol to make sure it's nice and spotless. Then you'll take your construction adhesive and apply a pretty decent amount in between the two materials. It's okay if a little bit of the adhesive squirts out, you can just wipe it off. Now take a block of wood, in this case I'm just using a ruler, and clamp the material shut. Now the adhesive on the center console will need about 24 hours to cure, so in the meantime we can clean these trim pieces. Now with the trim pieces all cleaned up, let's reattach them. Now with all of the trim in place, we can install the rear seat. It's been 24 hours and the adhesive has set. So I reinstalled the console, so let's reattach the center trim. Alright guys, that carpet is in and it looks real good. Smells a lot better too. Now I will not be reinstalling those front seats. As I've mentioned before, they're in really bad shape and are in need of repair. Now I've already started on the driver's side, but if you guys are interested in watching a video like that, leave me a comment down below. But if you enjoyed this video, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.